Okay, E3 is dead, but that doesn't mean that we will not get any massive reveals this summer. Want to give you a quick roundup and go over a ton of other gaming news and rumors that we have to discuss in this Your Game Show every Sunday here on the channel. I hope you survived April Fools. Did you download the Hogwarts Legacy Romance update yet? That was obviously not real. I wish. Hope you enjoyed that. And Ubisoft, by the way, added some big raven rabbits and like an Eivor helmet to Valhalla that looks kinda wild. No, but in this video, only real news and rumors, starting with The Last of Us PC. Because when you type that in Google, you'll be greeted with a very good looking Joel. Oh man, and there are way more pictures like this. It seems very badly optimized with GameRanks in their video, noting that if you want a steady 60 FPS, you have to turn most of the settings to medium and some to low, even on a good rig. There's a ton of stuttering as well, and where the part 1 load times on PS5 are insanely fast, on PC they can take forever. Especially building the shaders for the first time can take a really long time. Some memes have already spawned, and there are also a ton of other bugs, like this one from Reddit user A7X. Or these weird Christmas lights in the intro as shared by Ben on Twitter. Like, this introduction is super important, so to have it ruined by these like blinking lights is really bad. Now, Naughty Dog already released some updates, but the game still sits at mostly negative after more than 10,000 reviews. They probably rushed it out of the door to still release in that TV show window, but it would have been better if they waited. Like, they want to launch their Last of Us multiplayer game day one, both on PS5 and PC, but PC players will now think twice when they see a Last of Us title on Steam. Which a real shame, because the core game is of course amazing. I totally think they will fix it, but it's gonna be a few weeks or maybe even a few months before it's in an acceptable state. And speaking of a few months, June 13th till the 16th is when E3 was supposed to happen. But yeah, maybe you already heard it, they cancelled it. E3 is dead once again, with the reason being, according to people in charge, that interested companies would not have playable demos ready, and that resourcing challenges made being at E3 this summer an obstacle they could not overcome. So basically, if they were gonna put on a show, it would have sucked, so they pulled the plug. Times have really changed. During COVID, game publishers were just not making hands-on preview versions of their games anymore, and they now have a hard time going back to that, because it takes a ton of dev time to make a demo like that. They also laid off a lot of their event staff, since public events were of course not happening, so now it would cost way more to get people on the ground and have people like organize this stuff. And a big thing is of course that these game companies now figured out a way cheaper way to still create a ton of buzz: digital shows. Like, maybe you remember the 8-hour-long Photoshop stream for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They were going to reveal the setting. I was streaming this from beginning to end. I immediately get tired when I think about that, but I would also do it again in a heartbeat because it was really fun to like watch it with the chat. And after the stream, they put up the cinematic trailer like a day later, and this was the most successful Ubisoft game reveal ever with 100 million views, and it cost them probably a fraction of an E3 presence. So it's hard to say if E3 will ever return. The organizers at the ESA are leaving it up in the air, but they're not committing to a 2024 date yet. So time will tell, and it took less than a second for the Summer Game Fest to already start pissing on E3's grave by saying, hey, the video game summer isn't cancelled, and sure, they are right, like there's still a ton happening. So let's do a quick roundup. So on Thursday, June 8th, we get the Summer Game Fest kickoff show, which last year included all those The Last of Us reveals, and the first time that we saw part 1. Callisto Protocol had a big moment, but apart from that, it did not have a lot. So I hope it improves this year, as in 2021 they had the Wonderlands reveal and ended with the Elden Ring gameplay trailer, which was of course a big deal. Then on Sunday, June 11th, we have the Xbox show, and then straight after that a Starfield Direct with probably 30 plus minutes of new gameplay, and also the kickoff of the marketing campaign before the September 6th release. Then on Monday, June 12th, we get the Ubisoft Forward with the first gameplay for Assassin's Creed Mirage, a new look at Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and probably way more. I, by the way, did a video on what we can expect that I will link to in the video description. Check it out if you haven't already. And this week, CD Projekt Red announced that we're getting the first look at the big Cyberpunk 2077 DLC in June, and I really would not be surprised if the release date is soon after that they have this short, big reveal till release time. I can see them put it out before Starfield. That's my prediction. Of course, we'll be set in a new region. It's only on PS5, Xbox Series and PC, and I think the teaser looks pretty cool. We also know that Mortal Kombat 12 is going to release in 2023, so high chance it will be announced or we get more reveals in June. Same for Spider-Man 2, that should launch in September. Will probably be shown during a Sony showcase before the June window. But yeah, maybe we see more in June. And Konami was set to bring a new Castlevania and a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake to E3. But now that it's cancelled, I'm sure they will find a different spot in June with the Metal Gear Solid remake, by the way, planned for 2024. And I'm sure that more things will be teased as we get closer to the Summer Game Fest window. We'll of course keep you posted here in these Sunday videos. Now moving on to some quick shots, noteworthy news stories that I want to go over quickly. And if you like the video so far, by the way, then leaving a like on it would really help me out. Thanks for that. So this week was the post-launch DLC reveal for games with a small audience. Let's start with Saints Row that revealed a pretty substantial post-launch roadmap. It kicks off with a cosmetic pack for Dead Island 2 around the release, and then the first expansion pass content, which includes new story missions, events and cosmetics, and also a new district will be added for free with a combat overall. Really curious about that. And also a photo mode. And then if we zoom out, we see that both July and August will have more paid and other like free map upgrades. Good on them for not giving up on the game. I like the open world exploration myself. I just did not like the story and characters. I might jump back in though if I hear good stuff, or will at least keep an eye out. Now I do think I will immediately check out the Forspoken DLC. The game totally had its flaws and there is totally a ton of wasted potential, but it's still a very unique experience that I don't regret going on. So keep an eye out for sales, or maybe it will be added to the PlayStation Plus Extra sort of tier. And I think the image of the Intanta We Trust DLC looks pretty cool. We will learn more about the battle that changed Afia, the world of this game forever. We get new magical powers, parkour moves. It launches May 26th, a standalone, or May 23rd if you have the deluxe edition. And I think having DLC 4 months after the release is perfect. We now see too often that DLC will be added like more than a year after the game is out, but now I can more easily jump back in, which I prefer. And you could argue that Atlas Fallen has the same Forspoken vibe, both focused on fast movement, an open world, and being action-based. It looks surprisingly good, and on May 1st they announced the May 16th release date, and now a month later they already delayed it to August 10th. So we have to wait a bit longer. I totally want to check it out when it comes out, and we by the way discussed that and many other big 2023 games that still have to release in a big roundup video that I will also leave a link to in the video description. Maybe they saw the new Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gameplay and were like, oh, it's actually not smart to launch 4 days after that. It's time for my highlight, alright, where I highlight my favorite thing of the week. And since I already discussed that new Horizon machine that can fly and swim, still wild when I think about that. I already made a video on that, also a link to it in the video description. So I want to quickly touch on the Tears of the Kingdom gameplay. Yes, it's time for a new Switch, like we need to get past these blurry HD graphics, although I did like that the water drops fell down after the plunge. That's a nice touch. So they showed many new abilities like going through ceilings, even mountains, so you don't have to climb them using stamina, yes please. Rewinding time on certain objects, so you can use it to get higher up. You can make vehicles out of materials you find in the world. But my favorite thing has to be fuse, where you can glue items onto each other, like put a rock onto a branch to create a hammer that has more powerful and durability so it doesn't break as fast. Or you could put an eye from an enemy onto an arrow to make it a homing missile. Like in many games you're picking up all this stuff that you might just sell or not use at all, but now you're forced to think about it differently, which I really like. And I by the way asked you in a poll if you were getting the game, and I'm surprised because I never cover Nintendo titles that almost half of the people are at least getting it at one point. So I might cover the game with tips and tricks. Let me know if you want that in the comments down below. You can also put questions or input there, and then I might answer them in next week's episodes. Like last week we got a question from Pennywiz asking if I plan on covering Final Fantasy 16 this year, and the answer is 100% yes. I actually thought the PAX East gameplay looks really solid, showcasing more of the open spaces. We might do a preview video on it very soon, so stay tuned for that. And launch videos are totally planned as well, but this week we got a Star Wars Jedi Survivor video because Dennis played the game in LA. And at the end of the week, I'm going to play Dead Island 2. So we'll probably do some impressions on that maybe the week after or something. So keep an eye out for that. Sony is dropping a new Horizon DLC blog post every Wednesday from the looks of it. So there might be cool new stuff to talk about as well. So some fun videos incoming for sure. And of course the Sunday video at the end of the week. So subscribe to not miss it. A like would really be awesome. And check out our big upcoming games for 2023 video if you haven't already by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.